Constraints, conversational tone. Short sentences max 20 words each. That means each sentence cannot exceed 20 words. Must enforce that. Use rhetorical questions. Must be 1200 to 1400 words total. That's a lot of words. At average maybe 10 words per sentence, need about 120 to 140 sentences. Must ensure each sentence less than or equal to 20 words. Also rhetorical questions count as sentences. Must keep total word count between 1200 and 1400 inclusive. We need to produce only the spoken words, the script. So no extra commentary. We must produce a script of 1200 to 1400 words. Let's aim for about 1300 words. We'll need to count words. Must also ensure each sentence less than or equal to 20 words. That's tough for a large script. We'll need to break into many short sentences. We also need rhetorical questions interspersed. The script must start with imagine this scenario, you're driving home and. That sentence must be less than or equal to 20 words. Let's count, imagine this scenario, you're driving home and. That's maybe 9 words? Let's count, imagine, 1, this, 2, scenario, 3, you're, 4, driving, 5, home, 6, and 7. We'll need to finish that sentence. Could be imagine this scenario, you're driving home and your phone buzzes. Count words, imagine, 1, this 2 scenario 3 you re 4 driving 5 home 6 and 7 your 8 phone 9 buzzes 10. That's 10 words, okay. We need to maintain short sentences less than or equal to 20 words. Also rhetorical questions, what would you do, etc. Must keep each sentence within limit. We'll produce something like, imagine this scenario, you're driving home and your phone buzzes. You glance at the screen. It's a school notification. Your heart drops. Can they read your texts? Can they see your photos? You wonder. You pull over. You think about rights. You ask yourself. Does the Fourth Amendment apply? Does school policy override? What does the law say? Students have privacy. Schools have authority. Where is the line? Courts have ruled. Some say yes. Some say no. It depends on context. Reasonable suspicion matters. Consent matters. Warrants matter. Parents matter. You feel powerless. You search for answers. You find a Supreme Court case. New Jersey v. T.L.O. That case set a standard. Reasonable suspicion, not probable cause. But phones are different. They hold massive data. Courts are catching up. Some states passed laws. California requires a warrant. Texas allows searches with consent. What about your state? Do you know your rights? You should. Knowledge is power. Talk to a lawyer. Talk to your parents. Talk to school board. Demand transparency. Demand policy review. Students can organize. Students can protest. Students can vote. Change starts with awareness. Share this video. Spread the word. Protect your digital life. Your phone is yours. Your privacy matters. Stay informed. Stay safe. We need to ensure each sentence less than or equal to 20 words. Also rhetorical questions. Also total words 1200 to 1400. The above is far shorter, maybe 200 words. We need 1200 to 1400 words. That's large. We'll need many sentences, each short. At max 20 words per sentence, average may be 12 words, so we need about 110 sentences for 1,300 words. That is many sentences. We'll need to carefully count words in sentences. We also need rhetorical questions interspersed. Could embed many rhetorical questions. We must not exceed 20 words per sentence. That includes rhetorical question punctuation. Must keep each sentence less than or equal to 20 words. We'll produce a script with perhaps 130 sentences of average 10 words equals 1,300 words. Let's target about 130 sentences. We need to ensure total word count between 1,200 and 1,400. Let's aim for about 1,300 words. We'll write each sentence manually and count words.
But doing 130 sentences manually is time-consuming.
Could approximate but need to be accurate. We must also follow only the spoken words, meaning the script should just be the words spoken, no extra commentary like script or bullet points. So just the sentences separated by spaces or new lines. Probably each sentence on its own line or separated by spaces, both are okay. But we need to ensure each sentence is less than or equal to 20 words. Let's start counting.
We'll produce sentences each around 12 to 15 words.
Count words precisely.
We must start with imagine this scenario, you're driving home and your phone buzzes.
Count words, imagine, 1, this, 2, scenario, 3, you're, 4, driving, 5, home, 6, and 7, you're, 8, phone, 9, buzzes, 10. That's 10 words. We must keep rhetorical questions. E.g., what would you do? Count, what, 1, would, 2, you, 3, do, 4. That's 4 words. All good. But need many sentences. We'll write a script in a conversational style, short sentences, rhetorical questions. Let's outline the content we need to cover. Hook, scenario driving home phone buzzes, school notification. Student wonders about privacy rights. Can schools search phones without warrant? Without consent? Legal background, Fourth Amendment, T.L.O, Riley v. California, etc. Distinction between school property and personal device. Reasonable suspicion versus probable cause. State laws vary. Consent, parental consent, school policy. Recent cases. Practical advice, no rights, talk to parents, lawyer, school board. Call to action, share video, spread awareness. End with empowering message. We'll incorporate rhetorical questions frequently. Do you know your rights? Is that legal? What would you do? Why does it matter? Can they do that, etc.?
Now we need to produce about 1,300 words.
Let's decide average words per sentence 10.
Then need 130 sentences.
That's many.
We can produce maybe 120 sentences of average 11 words equals 1,320 words. Let's aim for 125 sentences of 10.5 words equals 1,300.
We'll need to count precisely. But it's extremely tedious to count manually.
But we can try to produce a script with known word count by constructing each sentence and counting. Alternatively, we can produce a script with known approximate word count and trust it's within range. But the instruction says 1,200 to 1,400 words. The evaluation may check word count.
So we need to be accurate. We need to produce only spoken words. Must not exceed 20 words per sentence. Must include rhetorical questions. Must start with the given hypothetical. Must be conversational. We need to produce something like 1,300 words. Let's attempt to produce about 130 sentences, each about 10 words average. We'll count words. We need to count words precisely. Let's do a systematic approach, write each sentence, count its words, keep a running total. Ensure each less than or equal to 20 words. We'll write in a text editor style mentally.
We'll begin with the first sentence, 10 words.
Then add sentences. We need to keep track of total words. We'll try to produce 1,300 words. We also need rhetorical questions, we'll embed many. Let's begin constructing. We'll number sentences for counting, but we won't output numbers. We'll just output sentences.
We'll maintain a list of sentences with word counts. We'll produce sentences in a plain text, each ends with a period or question mark. We must keep each sentence less than or equal to 20 words. We must ensure total words 1,200 to 1,400 inclusive. We'll generate maybe 125 sentences averaging 10.5 words equals 1,312. Or 130 sentences average 10 is equal to 1,300. We need to be careful, rhetorical questions count as sentences, also counted in words. We must also keep a conversational tone. We'll produce the script now. Let's start counting. I'll maintain a running total. We'll start with sentence 1. Imagine this scenario, you're driving home and your phone buzzes. Count, imagine, 1, this 2 scenario 3 you re 4 driving 5 home 6 and 7 your 8 phone 9 buzzes 10. Equals 10 words. Running total equals 10. 2, you glance at the screen. Count, you 1 glance 2 at 3 the 4 screen 5. Equals 5 words. Total equals 15. 3, it's a school notification. Count, it is 1A2 school 3 notification 4. Equals 4. Total equals 19. 4, your heart drops. Count, your 1 heart 2 drops 3. Equals 3. Total equals 22. 5, can they read your texts? Count, can 1 they 2 read 3 your 4 texts 5? Equals 5. Total equals 27. 6, can they see your photos? Count, can 1 they 2 see 3 your 4 photos 5? Equals 5. Total equals 32. 7, you wonder about your rights. Count, you 1 wonder 2 about 3 your 4 rights 5. Equals 5. Total equals 37. 8, you pull over safely. Count, you 1 pull 2 over 3 safely 4. Equals 4. Total equals 41. 9, what would you do? Count, what 1 would 2 you 3 do 4? Equals 4. Total equals 45. 10, do you know the law? Count, do 1 you 2 know 3 the 4 law 5? Equals 5. Total equals 50. 11, the 4th Amendment protects you. Count, the 1/4 2 Amendment 3 protects for you 5. Equals 5. Total equals 55. 12, subscribe to Rights Unlocked for more legal insights that protect your rights every day.